Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone who are tuning in. Let's get this Imperial Lotus Dragon drop. I'm actually excited for this one. I think this one's pretty cool. So good morning, good afternoon, everyone who is hopping in here. I see Saskew, good morning. What's going on? I do have a Caloscope pass. I have a gold pass and a diamond pass. I really was thinking, like, do I stack up more diamond passes? I didn't. They went from 0.2 ETH all the way to now over, like, I think 1.2 ETH, which easy 6x, and I think that's still incredibly lower than what the value should be. Good morning, Brandon Michael. What's going on, homie? Thomas, good morning. What's up, Flamingo? Donald versus Bored Apes, 1 million minimum on OpenSea. OMI herd. Let's go. Donald, morning from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Let's go. Welcome. Yay, what's up, Thomas? What's up, Patient Holler? Good morning. What's up, homie? I appreciate you hopping in the stream. So we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about, let me share my screen. And if you guys can, please hit that like button and we will get into it. But we are going to be covering the Scott Tolleson drop. This is actually the second drop that we've seen from Scott Tolleson. So we will be showing the Imperial Lotus Dragon. We're going to be setting up our device for success today to make sure that we are good to go. This is blind box format, so we should hopefully grab a W today just because the blind boxes are way easier. But we're going to get into Imperial Lotus Dragon. We're going to talk about what Scott Tolleson's role is here at Veve, just because this is now the second drop that we're seeing. We're going to talk about a major influencer with 2.5 million followers who actually had a picture of Spider-Man on their story not too long ago, and is, again, big for a lot of the APAC region and kind of bringing in, localization that's coming to Veve. So this is pretty cool to see. And then we'll be getting into a little bit more of like Scott Tolleson's drops and more from there. But everyone who's hopping in here, I appreciate you, fam. Let's do the drop together. But before we get into everything with the drop, let's go ahead and get our devices set up. This is, if this is your couple times you've been doing drops with me, I appreciate it. You know that we always get our devices set up to start the day and go from there. All right, let's go ahead, turn off low battery mode because I'm not trying to get out of here. Let's restart that. Boom, boom. And let me connect to this and get going. Boop, boop. How's everyone doing this morning? How have you guys been doing on the drops? So I was pretty disappointed. I did strike out on the stamp panes yesterday, and I think they're really cool. Like, I don't think they were worth like $1,000 for that low of a secret rare yet, and I put that in kind of away because we're going to touch on a little bit more about that. But I just think spending $1,000, like, they're down to, like, I think $700 now, so I think I called that right. I'm sad I didn't get one on the drop, but I do think they're worth collecting, and I'll get into a little bit more about that. So here we are, everyone. Thanks for everyone who's hopping on. What's up, BDK? Happy to see you here, man. Kentucky strong. Let's go. What's up, boss? Happy to see you, DeZuma. Good morning, everyone. What's up? Smells fun. I've been a bit of a dry spell, so fingers crossed. Great interview on NFT Pirates. Thanks, man. If you guys have not seen it yet, he just premiered it. Chad from NFT Pirates. We hopped on a call yesterday. He wanted to interview me, and I was really honored. I mean, NFT Pirates is an absolute legend. I mean, he makes incredible content. He's one of the goats when it comes to just like understanding Veve collectibles, their value long term. He's had incredible early calls, and I just feel honored that he wanted me on his channel. And it was a really cool conversation. So I would check that out. It was really great. What are your thoughts on this drop as a whole? Do you feel like this collectible will do well? I personally love the way the Lotus Dragon looks. I love the way it looks too, man. I really think, and I missed a few good mornings. Good morning. What's going on? No name. I personally do think that this one is something to collect. And I think Scott Tolleson is going to end up being not quite as avid of a creator on Veve as like Ron English or as like Frank Kozik, but he does have great artwork. So I think having his work is great, but also I think about what kind of NFTs will APAC and other areas want. And the Imperial Dragon, not necessarily the Imperial Lotus Dragon, but the Imperial Dragon is very much a thing in Chinese culture and very much a thing on Chinese New Year. So I think there's a reason that we're seeing the stamps and this, and so we'll get into that. But here we go. Before we do anything, we're going to make sure that everything's set up. So what I've done is have my screen pulled up. I just get in the app early. And what I do is I'm going to go ahead and hop back out, hop back in, just reset, get everything kind of fresh. Boom, boom. And our time is pretty close today. It's always off a little bit, but pretty close. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to settings, my files, remove all downloaded files, confirm, boom. And back to the drop, back in. Now, who knows if all this helps, right? Like I've seen these things done from other people. I've done these things for a while. They help with me, but for those of you who are just joining in, if this is your first drop with us, welcome. And if you are newer to Veve and you're like, hey, where's the buy now button? What you want to do is you're going to be aiming for this spot right here. This is where the buy now button will pop up. And so you can either wait and be ready, or at the last, second or two, what you can do is just already go ahead and start tapping this area right here. And that's called Space Gate. So if you notice, if you tap that area by mistake, nothing happens, right? It just changes and then changes back. Try not to hit it though. If you hit this area, you might screw yourself. So do not hit that area, right? So practice ahead of time if you plan on spamming it, right? So you see I'm tapping. Oops. I'm tapping, but nothing's happening, right? Unless I hit too low. But I would rather hit too low than too high, because if I hit too high, I get screwed. So again, that little space on the right-ish side is where that buy now button is going to pop up. So be ready for it in 31 minutes. All right, fam, let's touch on the drop, and then we're going to show a little bit about, again, major influencers spoke about it. We're going to talk about Scott's work. We're going to show a little bit more about what he's done and get into it from there. But this is a really cool piece, and let's get into it. But let's see. Good morning, Taps. Great to be with chat. I appreciate you, JQ. No luck on drops this year. Oh man, I'm sorry. Hopefully we can solve that today. The pirate is the man, 100%. I fell asleep right before the Mighties drop. No. Oh man. I'm sorry, BDK. I mean, if it helps, I did stream that, and that was like the first blind box in a while that I had missed on, I think. Actually, guess not. Now I'm 2 for 2 and zeros for the pal. Oh no, stamps it. Okay. What catch and drop feel like? Hey, it's still possible to get drops off the bat these days. Just got back into Veve drops. Congrats, welcome back. It is possible if you just caught how to do the technique that I showed on Space Gate. Again, that's your best bet, man. I mean, you got to be quick. There's no longer getting a few drops during drop time. It's literally everything sells out in fraction of a second. So make sure you're ready. I did get a Goofy and a Pluto on the cards drop. Dang, you did better than I did. I got a Goofy and a Mini. But congrats. Hey, from Cold Montreal, talking about dragons. Would it be possible that when Asia gets in our family, they target their Walt in the Veve app? Maybe this new dragon or the dragon girl, all of it, right? So I've been to Japan, and it was a long time ago, and I went to Tokyo Disney. Now, you think we're Disney fans here in America or in Europe or wherever you're located. Man, Tokyo Disney was insane. I like literally. So you know how if you're in America, like you have like a line of people waiting to get signatures for Mickey or Buzz Lightyear or whoever comes out, right? Like everyone lines up or kind of like somewhat crowds around. When I was in Tokyo Disney, the actors in the Mickey Mouse costume and Buzz Lightyear and all that would literally walk out. They would literally walk out of their like holes, like the little caves in Disneyland. They'd walk out like this and just turn. Just like that. And there'd be a swarm of people on these people, and they'd get pictures with their family and other people's family. Like they go nuts for Disney. So I can't wait for localization to hit and for the larger APAC region to hop in, because people in Asia and also other countries like people in Brazil and others, like they love Disney. So Disney, to your point, will do very, very well. But I also think about how they're loading a bunch of very specific kind of APAC focused stuff, kind of like with the Chinese New Year stamps, with the Lotus Dragon has that appeal too. But yeah, it blew me away when I was at Tokyo Disney and I saw just how insane, like every ride was like a 2-3 hour wait. It was it was fun, but I get to ride way more rides at Disneyland in California than when I was in Tokyo. VV Pioneers, Golden Dragon will be coveted. I love the golden one. Have to watch NFT Pirates interview after this drop. 100%. I do recommend it. It was a great conversation. I thought this was tomorrow. Nope. It's in 27 minutes. So happy you hopped on. Been to Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea. 100% agree. Dude, wasn't it nuts? Like the swarms of people were incredible. Why do people get their accounts disabled? Blessing tabs. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of people getting accounts disabled. Some guilty, some not. Right? Like that's just how it is. And some who are getting disabled is for good reason, right? Either they're using bots, they're using emulators, they're using auto clickers, they're using the click function on their phone. They're using whatchamacallits, Theraguns, like any device that can click your phone more than a finger, you're going to get flagged. They can track that. But there are other accounts who are getting banned for absolutely no reason. Either they're sending it, they're using more than one account on two devices, which I was doing. I hadn't gotten flagged, and neither did my girlfriend, so we stopped doing that. Or they're like grabbing a drop on one and then immediately sending an NFT to another account, or maybe they've purchased off gems off app that were dirty. Like there's so many reasons why it could happen. But that's still not an excuse as to why Veve's not getting back to people in a timely manner. They're sending them canned responses. So I think Veve, what they really need to do is they really need to outsource a help desk or customer service, someone who can just take on this responsibility and get back to people, right? Like we've been doing this for so long, and our community does deserve a finer touch, right? Customer service is really the backbone to a successful organization. And at this stage with this many users, they need to really put their best foot forward on it. So that's my little piece on the soapbox. I'll hop off, but we got 25 minutes here. Good morning. What's going on? Speaking of Disney, did you tell him about Goofy? I did not tell him about Goofy. I don't want to tell him about Goofy, Patient Hodler. I don't want to tell him, because then if I tell him, then it's going to have the price go up. And I don't want to do that because I sold mine probably too cheap. I might tell him. We'll see. But let's get into today's drop. So for those of you who are just hopping in, Scott Tolleson, this is his second drop on Veve. The first drop was during DCon. He did create Vincent, the DCon mascot, which I've heard a lot of speculation around the fact that Scott Tolleson, and it's just speculation, right? I've heard people talk about how there might be a potential chance that, Scott Tolleson could be eventually doing some kind of airdrop. And I don't know if it would be encompassed around just the DCon mascots. Now it might have something to do with the Imperial Lotus Dragon too. So, I mean, he is a unique artist, right? And now we're seeing a second drop from him. So you never know. I really want to collect these. I hope I hit the gold off the drop, because I don't want to spend too much on these. But I think about what can happen when APAC does jump in. So Scott, put it simply, he's a toy junkie obsessed with collecting, designing, creating toys. He has released numerous designer toys, including Otis and Otto, Tricycle Terror, Big Rollin' Rascal, Deadbeat. So again, he's an avid toy creator. He's worked with a variety of companies, including Toy to Our Kid Robot, which is where Tristan Eaton and Frank Kozik all come from. Super Plastic, Google, Skybound, and 3D Retro. Since 1998, he has worked for the Walt Disney Company in Disney Live Entertainment, where he has designed pieces for various parades, venues, and merchandise throughout each resort. So he's former Disney guy, right? I mean, he has great work, and I'm sure he has great connections as well. So The Imperial Lotus Dragon. In autumn, when the moon is at its fullest and brightest, you can follow the sacred river into the wildwood. Deep inside, you'll find a hidden pond. There lies the Imperial Lotus Dragon. But he warned, do not venture into the shadows, for there are other dragons that bloom, some that wish to remain unbothered. So I think this is a cool piece, right? But it is done in blind box format. Again, that means that it'll be popping up the buy now button, buy now button. Say that 8 times fast. Buy now button, buy now button. Yeah, I guess not that hard. Fun fact. I'll give you guys this one. I love tongue twisters. I want you at your computer to try and say once, Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Just say it. Try it. It's like one of the hardest tongue twisters in the world. Just say it once. All right. So blind box format, fun little game in the morning. Every single one, right, is $60. So if you can NAM this drop, it's going to cost $60 no matter which one you get, but you don't know which rarity you're going to get. So there's not a lot of these, right? Common is only 3,800. Again, $60. We have this really cool one. It reminds me of the multicolored marshmallows, but I do like this one. I think it's pretty cool. This one just makes me think of like anger and war. The Torch Dragon, 2,800 editions. Then we have the Jade Dragon, which I do like this one. It reminds me, this drop reminds me a little bit of the Chaosium drop, right? Where we have the gold Cthulhu, we have the Jade Cthulhu. And so the Jade Dragon is 1,888, and we have gold for only 888. Now, this is significant, 888, because in Chinese culture, there are lucky numbers. And I did get this information. I've been watching a lot of Dance Buddha Panda. Now, if you don't know Dance Buddha Panda, you should open another tab right now. Open the tab and subscribe to him, because he's been bringing a ton of knowledge, and he's been talking about how big localization will be as well. He dropped some great videos on Ultraman and his significance. Cavell's covered him quite a few times, but he does make great content, and he is very much knowledgeable. You know, he's talking about China and different sides of, you know, what we should expect once they do hop in. And he was talking, he did a video about lucky numbers. And so if you looked at my thumbnail, I actually showed how there's a high, like a green 2, a green 6, a green 8, and then a black 4 that was crossed out. So when you're collecting the happy or the Chinese New Year stamps or these Imperial Lotus Dragons, if you do, I mean, obviously you just want one, right? But if you do grab one, you really want to try to get 8s, 6s, 2s, and not have any 4s. 4s are unlucky. They mean death. 2s are lucky because they think everything comes in, like Chinese culture, like gifts and things like that come in 2s, right? Like 2s are double things, so they're lucky. 3, I believe, was also lucky. It would tied back to a word. I can't remember what, but it's like 2 and 3 are lucky, but not like super lucky. 4 is incredibly unlucky. You don't want 4s. 5, I think, went either way. 6 was lucky. 7 went either way. 8 is super lucky. 8's like the luckiest you can get. So, which is great because 8's my favorite number. 9 is also really, really lucky. So it just kind of things to consider is like when it comes to addition numbers, you really want to think about even the numbers that you want, right? So really cool to see. And I'm actually going to touch on what he also talked about with SK Watt. But before we do, again, I don't want to neglect the chat. So let's hop back over here. First drop I did was Ghostbusters Gold Moogly. Ooh, you've been around, Ron. Hit the trifecta on that one. Ah, you got the Moogly. Congrats. That's awesome. What's up, Tutorial Vault? What's going on? I'm doing well, man. Am I allowed to log out from the iPhone and log into my iPad, or could this be a reason to get my account disabled? Can you log out from your iPhone? And I don't think that's a big deal. Maybe give it like 5 minutes, right? Like, I don't think that's a big deal. Just don't be logged in at both at the same time, or so I've been told. Do you think I'm a paper hand? What's up, Filippo? Sorry, I'm hopping back here. Do you think OMI Herd can pull off making the duck worth 4x? When you say the duck, do you mean Donald? I mean, we can do anything. We can really like rally anything at this point. Holy crap, that is hard to say. If you're just now catching that, say Irish wristwatch. At your computer now, Irish wristwatch. Just say it once. I suck at tongue twisters, but the one I can say without failure is Irish wristwatch. There you go. The other hard one is red bug's blood, black bug's blood. And that's red bug's blood, black bug's blood. I love tongue twisters. I think it's fun. Do you let's see, I already said that. Asia loves jade. They do. More than gold. More than gold? I don't know. Gold really seems to be significant. Tell them about Goofy Taps, elbow cough. All right. So if you remember the Goofy Venticular, here, I'll just show it. Goofy Veve. All right. So we saw this Goofy, right? Now, why is this significant? It's because when you look at Goofy, first appearance, his first appearance was in 1932, and his actual real name back then was Dippy Dog. So this is actually, besides the glasses, look at the vest, look at the kind of disheveled look, the weird hat. This is the style of Goofy, right? You have like kind of like the hairy, disheveled look, the vest, all that. The only difference is that he doesn't have the glasses. So this version of Goofy is the first appearance of Goofy, period, right? So Goofy, I've actually seen the collectible do really well too. Dippy Dog collectible. There he is. So this collectible actually sells for quite a few $100s as well. And this is the version that we have in the app, right? So they have this kind of weird disheveled look because this is the original look of Dippy Dog, or the first appearance of Goofy. So that's what Rip Curls and the Patient Hodler are referring to. Let's see, what time do we have? We got some stuff to get through. We've got 16 minutes, fam. Duck versus ape, million floor. Let's go. All right, let's hop back over here. All right, so yes, thanks. My first was a Green Goblin. 94, congrats, dude. That's an awesome one to get for your first one. Do you think Caloscope will become a big competitor for Ecomi? No, they will not. I'm actually going to be streaming with Caloscope's CEO and Kay on tomorrow. So tune into that. They are not a competitor. Maybe for market share a little bit. Like, people will choose to spend money in Caloscope and collect things, which... yeah, wait till you see what it is. I mean, I'm so freaking stoked for Caloscope. More to see tomorrow, but yeah, I don't think they're a competitor. I think they could be a potential partner in the future, and they're just doing something very different from what Veve's doing, even though there are things to collect in it. So, sub taps, dude, I did the tongue twister. Yes, congrats, Irish rush. I love it. All right, cheers. The collectible, out of chance I meant you will lose it. Is a Goofy a good deal right now? I don't know right now. I think it's pretty high. I wouldn't spend it. But everyone who's hopping in here, do me a favor, hit that like button, fam. I let everyone know that we're in here doing the drop together. I like doing these drops together because I think it's just more fun than just me sitting at my phone for first, or like 5 minutes before. And I like kind of dropping a little bit of knowledge because, again, like, these are incredible. And I think the fact that they kind of appeal to Asian culture and that there's an emphasis on the lucky numbers is something, right? Like, there has to be a reason that we are seeing the Chinese New Year stamps, and we're seeing more content come in that is, Asian targeted specific, right? So for the most part, we don't really have that much. So I think we're going to continue to see almost a load of content that is specific to the APAC region because we know localization is coming. So yes, Asia loves Disney. They love things like this as well. But I think that we're going to want more specific stuff. So that way, when the masses from the APAC region does come in, we have a pretty heavy inventory for them to come in and scoop off the secondary market. And what, again, Dan's Buddha Panda did recently show was SK Watt actually did show on her Instagram. So she has 2.5 million followers. She is a very, very large influencer. Oh, there it is. I thought it was on her story, but she showed it on her Instagram. Look, at everything is not NFT related, but one of these things sticks out. Let's go ahead and give that a like. And I saw some, and look at David Yu, absolutely amazing Spider-Man. Oh man. So she took this picture and we recognize that Spider-Man, right? Look at the position. So SK Watt is a fan of Veve. And clearly, oh man, imagine if someone with 2.5 million followers is going to actively like start posting more things with her NFTs or post on her story. Like this is the kind of reach that can happen with localization. When the app, and when I say localization, for those who are like, what the heck is this guy talking about? I'm talking about the ability to have the app translated into multiple languages. It would be able to translate into roughly about 38 or 40 or so languages. And we know that's coming. They mentioned on the AMA that is coming. And I think that's incredible, right? Like we're going to have the ability to have people who don't have to, look at, some people don't read English. They can speak English, but they don't exactly read it as well. So they can have the app translated into Mandarin or Tagalog or French or Spanish or Portuguese. Like that widens the net of our user base into a massive amount of people, especially the largest country in the world, China, would be huge. So I think that's when we see other influencers, other content creators from these other areas also hop in as well. And that's where you really see user growth explode. So I think that's why we're seeing things like the Gold Dragon, the Chinese New Year stamps, all that hopping in. So yeah, I really can't wait to, and good point. Patient Holler says Paris Hilton, Fred Durst. Paris Hilton. When did Paris Hilton, has Paris Hilton mentioned Veve? I know Fred Durst, the singer of Limp Bizkit, actually did, tweet at Veve, and like all of us were surprised, like what? So he's like hanging out in the wings. Sergey Roberto, that was a good find from Patient Hodler, who's a famous soccer player. I think, does he play for Spain? Yeah. Let's see. What's up, Taps? Ecomi has been quiet lately. Maybe a small tweet from Reese, but wonder what they are up to. I agree. They are really, really quiet. I think there's something going on. I wish they would. I understand why they don't respond to several of like the outcries right now, because like they don't want to give too much weight to something without having like something already ready to go. Like, some kind of, what's the word I'm thinking? They don't really tweet or respond to outcries unless they have a solution. So I'm wondering if that could be why, like maybe they're just working on a bunch of stuff. They're already partnering, aren't they? I'm not sure who. Liked and subscribed. Fun to have a group to chase drops with. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate you, fam. What Ecomi have to do Sith Veve? Sith, I mean, I can't wait for the next Star Wars to drop. I think that'll be awesome. Hey, Taps, we'll try for my first ever NFT with you. Let's go, Elias. There's been a lot of people who've hopped on and done these drops together. So if this is your first time doing a drop together, if this is your first drop, again, there's usually a buy now button. There is not on blind box drops. So real quick, I'm gonna hop back out, make sure my timer's good. Okay. So the buy now button will pop up right here. Be careful, again, to not hit that lower button. Oh, apparently if you hop out and then back in, that button stays, you will be notified, which is cool. So it doesn't matter if you hit it, if you hop out and hop back in, and not the app, I mean the screen. But careful to not hit too high, because if you hit too high, that drops down and you screw yourself on the drop. So that space right there, that space gate, which I think VV Vault gave it the name and figured out. So space gate is where you want to aim your finger, and you can either time it or you can just start jamming ahead of time, which is what I do. And that's how I've been able to get successful with getting these drops on the blind box format. So good luck to you, and hopefully you win on your first drop today. Cheers, Taps. Do you know what happens to collectibles which are stuck in disabled accounts? Are they going to be burned, or maybe will be part of giveaways? I don't know. They've said before that the disabled accounts, they would keep some of them and do giveaways, but I can't imagine they would do all of them. Let's go, Lucas. Hey, Taps. Brazil is here. Obrigado, my friend. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but someone mentioned to me that Lunar New Year, as well as other Asian-related merch, is pretty mainstream in general at the moment because of the Stop Asian Hate movement. Just saying. Well, I mean, that's good, right? I mean, I think you know, bringing awareness to the Stop Asian Hate is good, but I get it. Yeah, that's, you know, but here's the thing too, is our CEO of Veve, David Yu, is of, I think he's of Chinese culture, isn't he? I thought he was Chinese and he lives in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to sound dumb or speculative, but I'm pretty sure he speaks Mandarin. I know that, but I'm pretty sure he's of Chinese descent. Yeah. Hello from France. Bonjour. Limp Biscuit rules. She appears as a follower on Veve. I did not know that about Paris Hilton, so that's good to know. Limp Biscuit rules. Rolling, baby. Glad you play up the importance of localization. It's underrated compared to other reasons. I agree. Like, it's one of the biggest things coming this year that many just don't understand, and I think people are missing out on it. How come I can't see the buy now button? So yep, it's going to pop up right here. Again, as the timer runs out, that buy now button will pop up. So make sure that you're on there. Yep. Thank you, Austin. You guys are doing the work. I love it. Hey, Taps, do you see the newest video of Andre Jix with, yeah, I did, and Foster? That was pretty awesome, right? Like, they're leaning in. They're leaning in, and he's bringing more influencers with him. And I mean, you heard him on a recent one where he actually said that, sorry, I'm looking at a few things here, that I think it was Graham Stephan and Jeremy. They did an interview a while back. Like, it was Andre, Graham Stephan, and Jeremy, and they said, like, if Pokemon comes, they're hopping in. So the masses are just waiting in the wings. It's just going to take a few more things. I think cashing out. I think localization will help a lot. I think, you know, having these like visible, like have the blockchain or the ID visible will be pretty big. And I think it's just a matter of time until we see more and more hop in. No MAs from Veve. Anyone know when the next one is scheduled? I don't know. They really need one at this point. Anyone else having problem loading the Veve app? Ooh, I'm not. I've been in for a while, but I would think maybe delete the app and re-download it. You got 6 minutes, so hopefully we can get back to it. Hey, Taps, do you have any insight into localization? I work in the space and tried to contact Reese via DM, but not Joy. So when you ask, I guess when you're asking about localization, I have insight. I can tell you about like the effects of localization, what it takes to actually implement it. That I don't know because I'm not a developer. That would probably be a great conversation for Hello K though. Hello K is a developer and he is working on things with Caloscope. So I think he knows a thing or two about what it takes to implement it. Taps has been on fire with these drops recently. Thank you, Dan Schabel. Appreciate you so much. What is Veve's relationship with Ecomi? So they're the same company, right? So Ecomi is the company. OMI is the token. Veve is the app. They're all the same, right? If you dive deeper and you look at like Orbis technology, like that's the LLC, but like they're all one thing, all one company. Just Veve is the app, and OMI is the token. So Ecomi is kind of the main, and then underneath it is Veve, OMI, and I imagine there's gonna be more underneath that eventually, but we'll see. Thanks. Speaking to lots of friends, and it's very hard specific. Hopefully I strike lucky. Hopefully the blind box helps you out a lot. So we got 5 minutes, but real quick, what I did want to do is just touch on against Scott Tolleson. So when you look at his site, I mean, again, the guy's former Disney, right? I mean, he has great work. He's done a lot of really cool stuff. We look at his gallery, and don't forget, after the drop, we will be going for rebounds together. So what is going on here? Ha. So you can see like the Dunnies that we've seen, like the OG Rabbit Bunny from Christine, but we haven't seen the Dunnies yet. I can't wait to see them. That'll probably be the next thing from Tristan Eaton. But he's done a lot of really like interesting sculptures and work. This is actually the Imperial Lotus Dragon Dunny, which is kind of like a play on what we're seeing today on our drop and the Dunnies. So he's done a lot of different collectibles and a lot of different toys and a lot of different work. He did create the Chinese dragon. So you look at like the Imperial Dragon. It's a big piece in Asian culture, specifically in Chinese culture. So I did want to just kind of like highlight, like, this is why I think of localization and why I think this is a pretty cool piece to have and to hold. And that China is very much leaning into the digital collectible space. You know, NFT is almost like a bad word over there, but digital collectibles is fine. And they're a big fan of centralization. So Again, Kid Robot, we look at Scott Tolson's Imperial Lotus Dragon that you can see there's actually a limited edition that is coming, the Stone Dragon, which I think of like Mulan. I am the great stone dragon. Like I think of that immediately. I think this one's really cool. You can see there's all kinds of different colors and different things that he's created. I think the frost looking dragon is really cool as well. So we could see an airdrop or more things like this on from Scott Tolleson. So I definitely think this is a cool drop to have. And just want to touch on the fact that you never know, right? Like if you complete a set, I completed the Ron English set and I got airdropped a golden yucky charmer. And there's only, I think, 888 of that. And it's, free $2,000 collectible. So just by completing the set. And that was awesome to see. I think how they rolled out the airdrop was really wonky. But yeah, so I think Scott Tolleson could be another one to consider for airdrops. Thank you, Real NFT. You are very cultured. Are you prior military? I am not prior military. Yeah, I just I like to travel a lot, or I did before the Rona happened. I traveled out of country once or twice a year just to break away from the norm, right? Like I feel like every country I go to, I learn something new. I meet new people. I make new friends. I think the more you understand about other cultures in other languages, like you just become more well-rounded. Right. And I've had some experiences in other countries that I'll never forget. So a lot of places I've traveled to in my life, I really want to get back to that. I've been buried making content and like been stuck, sheltering at home and all that stuff. And I can't wait to like start traveling again. And I'm traveling actually tomorrow just to Oregon. And then I'm going to Mexico in 2 weeks. And I want to start traveling more out of country again because I really do miss a lot. They said they leave NFTs in the accounts that get banned. They're allowed to. There you go. Tutorial Vault. Thank you so much for letting them know. All right, fam. We've got 1 minute, 14 seconds left to go. So let's get ready for this drop. We are going to, again, do the rebounds afterwards. So what we'll be doing is we're going to go for the drop. And then we'll have on this screen, and we're going to time the rebounds, which happen at 4 minutes, 8 minutes, and at the 12 minute. Why did my brain go down there? All right, so let's get everything pulled up. We have 50 seconds. Good luck, everyone from Germany, and best of luck, everyone. Congrats, or lucky to you, everyone. How about this tongue twister? Smash, bash, and crash that like button. I appreciate you, fam. Yes, please hit that like button. Let's get 40 seconds. And of course, let me know if y'all get a W on the drop or an L. Either way, we're doing the drop together as a family this morning. So thank you all. Nice to see you, Taps. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to everyone as well. Let's get it. Sup, Taps? What's going on? Taps, if you had only $5,000 to invest, would you rather invest in OMI or Veve? Ooh, that's a really tough one, man. I'd split the diff, and I'd go 2,500 in Veve, 2,500 in OMI. All right, let's see how we do, fam. David, you. No luck. Oh, I lost my buy now button. That's really weird, though. Usually I get this is like all editions are already delivered. I don't usually get that until literally they're delivered. So I missed, but we're going to be going for that rebound. Let's see if we're able to get one. It's getting real hard, guys. Everyone knows the tricks. Everyone knows the tips. Oh, we're having issues still with these drops. What is going on? Heavy load. So, see, I understand with Disney and I understand with Marvel. Why is this drop still having heavy load? And why have we been seeing this all freaking week? I get it. We have a lot of users, but like they need to figure this out. The fact that we had clean drops for the longest time. Why is it not clean anymore? All right. How'd everyone do? You want to hit the button between. So let me hop into the screen. Thank you for reminding me. I don't want to miss. So we're going to be going for it at the 4 minute. So what happens is since I lost my, if you have the buy now button, stay on that screen. But if you don't, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to click in around the change of 3:59 to the 4-minute. I'd say it's about halfway in between. But who knows when you can't even load the frickin' screen? I mean, it just takes too long to get back there now. It used to be just like click, boom, done, in. And then you could see the buy now button pop back up. Oh, it's getting a little faster now. Nope. So we'll see how it goes. But that buy now button will reappear for a short amount of time if you time it right. And then you try to click it before everyone else. And that's because of failed captchas, right? So like people should have a chance to be able to get it if some people missed. Good luck, all. So we got L, 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 L. I got an L too. L, a lot of L's. L. I mean, this is a very tough one to get. Mine went to reserving order. Sold out. L, circle of death. The circle of death means you didn't get it. It means you got to hop out, not of the app, but hop out of the screen, hop back in, and go for the rebound with us. L, and lost the buy now button. I'm getting too used to L's now. These are hard drops, man. I mean, there's only a total of these, like what, 12,000 or so, maybe 11,000. And then poof, gone. Sorry to hear it. L. Anyone get a W? A lot of L's this morning. I reserving order. Dang. L, 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 L. Why does it say reserving then now? It's heavy load and all that BS, and it's just not a clean drop. So if you're just spinning, I would go out and then back in. It takes so long to load. I'm not going to be able to get this drop or the rebound. See what happens. L, not a single W. I haven't seen one. Rip curls, bots, no love, so frustrating. L, server load. Had perfect timing, but it said the app. Oop, hold on, let's go for the rebound. Try and time it. Not even a chance. See, I don't know how people are getting. So if you don't have your buy now button stay on screen, I don't know how you're able to even time it to get a buy now button when this happens. Like, look at the delay. And I have a fast phone. This didn't used to be the case. It used to be just click, click, and you were into there, so that way you could get the rebound. But we're gonna be trying for the 8-minute fam, and we'll see what happens. But this is a pretty limited drop. I don't think there will be a 12-minute. The 8-minute, we still might have a chance. So let's see if the server load starts getting a little bit better, and see anyone get a rebound. A lot of L's. I don't think a single person I've seen the W yet. I'm going to buy off market. I'm probably going to buy one of them too. I don't know which one yet. I might just get the common. I kind of like the red one though too. Lost buy now button too. Your buy now button disappeared. These drops can't be like this. Was able to cop a rare. Hey, let's go, Ray. Congrats. Ray is our W of the day. Congrats, Ray. Oh man. We've got one. It's crazy. I've never seen. We usually get like quite a few W's or rebounds in boom, Brick Squad. Congrats with the W. Maybe more chance of a rebound. We'll see. I don't know. No rebound. Bots will ruin this app. This is pointless. I mean, they didn't ruin Nike or Apple or anyone else. So, I mean, the bots suck, period. But we did see a big sell-off happen the other day because bots are getting trampled. They're catching a ton. There's actually some people I know who are infiltrating bot groups, or they're trying to, and some are being successful and then ratting them out. Like, people are going after the bots as users, which is amazing to see. Rebound, L. No rebound. New iPhone, 1 GB speed, still nothing. I know. This is brutal. A lot of L's. L on the floor. Impossible. Getting into the window, it's just random screens. Exactly. Like, I hate seeing even the rebound screen. You can't load. You can't go for rebounds quick enough, right? So how do you time it? Do you time it now for a 3-second delay? 1, 2. Because it used to just be quick. 1, 2. It's getting quicker. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. See, it's so sporadic. Like you can't. Do you jump in then at like 357, or do you wait until the 4 minute and then click in? Oop, wrong one. And then click in no matter what, and just kind of like very frustrating to see. Very, very frustrating. What do I mean by rebound? So the rebound, basically the buy now button will flash back to a buy now button, and you have a chance to actually get some that people either didn't load gems and it errored out, or maybe their app crashed, or maybe the CAPTCHA, they didn't succeed, like bots failed at it. So at the 4 minute, the 8 minute, and usually the 12 minute, if you click in, it's going faster. If you click in around that time between 3:59 to 4 minute or 7:59 to 8 minute, you have a chance. And if you see that buy now button is now enabled, you click it as fast as possible. And you can sometimes actually secure the drop that way. I've done quite a few rebounds, not any in, I think, since Invisible Woman Sue Storm. I did get a rebound at the 4 minute there, but that was my last one that I got a rebound, I think. Or no, I got a comic. Sorry, I did get a comic rebound a while. I think it was during the Craven's last hunt. 2 W's, congrats, awesome. Haven't hit a drop in like 2 months. Oh, I'm sorry, Sora. You've been an OG too. You've been around. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try for the 8 minute. Click early on 1. Nothing. No buy now button. What? It's going faster though. I timed that right. They must be gone. Anyone get one on the 8 minute? Maybe my time was just off. Still have the buy now. Good. If you have the buy now button, then that's how you nail them, in my opinion. Like you just got to keep spamming it. My girlfriend got a rebound on the stamps because she had the buy now button stay, and she just kept spamming it. She didn't care about watching the timer. She was just click, click, click. She's on a work call, just going boom, 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 boom. And that's how she got a rebound. So sometimes it's like, just if you have the buy now button, just stay on it and keep pushing it, and hopefully you get one. Let's see. Bandwidth does not matter. Only latency to Veve's servers. I haven't tried locating a tower and going near it yet, but I probably should. Maybe one day I'll just stream from my car and I'll be like next to a server and see how well we do. Because if that's the case, if I nailed it because I'm close to a server, I would drive over there and stop streaming every time there's like a massive drop. First thing I hear is people cry bot because they don't get it. Not talking about you, Taps. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, is you have 150,000 minimum, even on a drop like this, sometimes 200,000 to 300,000 people going for it. And you have what, 11,000 of these? The likelihood that you're going to hit is pretty low, whether there's bots or not, which there are bots. Yeah. Never got a rebound. When you get one, it's exciting, man. So keep trying, because when you do get one, you never think you're going to get one. And then when you get one, you're like, it's a great feeling. You just get very, very excited. I'm on 4 devices. App crashed on 3. Really? Ugh, it's faster now. Yep. Let's try for the 12 minute. We've got time. I'm answering some questions. Everyone who's in here, hit that like button. We got a lot of L's today, but this is a tough drop, and I'm really surprised. We usually get a good amount of W's in here, but a lot of L's. L on the 8, L on the second rebound, no 8 minute. Why do you try for rebound at 4 and 8 and not every 2 minutes? Because I haven't seen anyone actually succeed with 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I've only seen people succeed with the 4 minute and the 8 minute. So yeah. Did you win, Taps? I did not. Did you win? This is a tough drop, guys. No W since Groot. Oh man. That's rough. Like I've seen some people, I love when I've seen some people who tell me like I haven't hit in 2 months or 3 months, and then they join us on these drops together and then they hit. Like it's pretty exciting to see, but it kills me when I hear people have gone months without a drop. Like I for sure every single week hit at least one drop, right? And it doesn't matter what format it's in. Like, so I'm curious what kind of device you're on, where you live, where your connection is really slow, maybe. Are you using all the techniques? Like I want you guys to win and not go months where you don't have a drop. That's rough. There weren't a ton of additions to start. Yep. So it's really tough. The rebound might be gone. I got 5 guys in my office that go for every drop with me, and the buy now button vanished on everybody's phone today. Hope this is new. So this week's been laggy and glitchy and had issues with pretty much all the drops. Yeah, that's shitty to hear, Tyler. I'm sorry, man. Tyler is awesome too. Thank you for hopping in here, Tyler. Yeah, the buy now button you saw on my screen and the drop did pop up. I just wasn't apparently quick enough, which is crazy because I usually nail these. All right, let's go for the 12-minute. Let's see what happens. Now, that was fast, but nope, no cigar. And the reason why I'm clicking a little bit early is because the timer on this screen is earlier than on my phone. So, or is it slower? Maybe I'm dumb. I might have messed that up. I think I messed that up. I got my stuff backwards, but well, sorry, the time. No, I didn't mess it up. Sorry, the timer on my phone is faster than the timer that you're seeing on the world clock. So me clicking in between the 3:59 and a half or 11:59 and a half to basically is like the correct timing, because that means it's roughly about almost 12 and a half. 12 and a half, 12 minutes and a half seconds on my phone, which is usually when that buy now button would pop back up. So I did time that right, but maybe I just need to be a little bit slower. Maybe I want it more like almost like 12:01, but yeah, anyone hit on the 12-minute? Do you try to click at the 04 or 08 or slightly before after? So I'm looking at this clock and I'm trying to hit a little bit before it, because again, this is a little bit slower than the timer on Veve. Timer was showing 8-minute at 10:56. So I left app, came back, but never got back because app wouldn't let me back in. Yeah, there's a lot of issues today. Just don't use VPN on your phone or a router to try and improve latency. You might get blocked if you hide your public IP. So I don't think that matters with your computer, because yeah, with your phone. Sorry, for some reason I thought you said computer or so your router. I don't think it matters with your router because I use a VPN on my computer, which I use for my internet to stream. And I'm connected to the same internet with my phone, and I have myself located in a different country consistently, just because I don't want to. I try to put all security measures that I can when I'm streaming. Like I do a lot of stuff where you get to see my face and in my screen. So I use a VPN for my computer. I don't use a VPN for my mobile. If you do use a VPN for your mobile, just turn it off if you're going for drops, because yeah, that could get you flagged. When they doubled the time for making the purchases, the rebound time also doubled. Before it was 246, etc. So if you did score one, congrats. That's awesome. If you didn't, then you're with us. A lot of people missed today. This was a tough one. I'm going to buy one in the secondary market. So the secondary market does open usually around 30 minutes to 35 minutes after the drop. And so I do really like I like the Jade the most personally, but I imagine these are going to sell pretty high amounts. I mean, there's only 1,888 of it. They're delivering quick though. 1,046 of the 1,088 have been delivered. Let's see on the gold. So drop was pretty crappy in terms of how laggy and terrible it was, but the delivery is going out really fast. Gold Dragon out of 888, in case you guys don't see where I'm looking, out of 888, 438 editions are left. So already, let's see, 90 are kept. So there's only, 798 of them. So 360 have already been delivered in 15 minutes, which is pretty good, which means that the market, when it does open, there should be pretty close to realistic prices. Yeah. If these are really expensive, I might just buy a common, the multicolored marshmallow Imperial Lotus Dragon, but I do want one. I do think like things like this, like Dragon Girl, the stamps and all that will do really well, especially for the APAC region once they do join in with localization. They're already starting to join in, right? We already saw, again, 2.5 millions, SK Watt, that blue check mark is posting her Spidey, right? we're going to see more and more of this. And I see a bunch of, I need to add her too. I'll follow you. I need to add all these people too. We got Craig's Coin Purse. Boom. I did create an Instagram. I'm just not very active on it. David, I need to be more active on it. And if you guys are on TikTok, I do have a lot of fun on TikTok. Add me on there. Same thing, TapsTrades. I just play with my collectibles and have fun. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to these comments. Where are the servers located? Great question. I think it just depends on where you're located, right? There's different. Sorry. Where are the servers located? Not like towers. Someone's done the research before and found them. I want to say one is on the East Coast or in the Midwest of US, and there's other ones in Europe, but don't quote me. I'm not sure. I think Orion Crypto Trader actually has found where they are, but yeah. 2-minute rebounds was old school. Yeah, I don't think that happens anymore. Just finished my mint 420 Groot set. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Been following your advice since last May and has paid off. Happy to hear it. Congrats, Choo Choo. Let's see. We talked about that. Just don't use VPN. All right. So I'm just catching up. What's up, Taxi Corp? It's a numbers game. The more drops you do, the more chances you get. In a way, I hope most of this drop went to China and onboard review. That's a great way of thinking of, like, very positive mentality. I agree, Taxi. Like that's cool to hear, man. Like awesome. Yeah, I do hope a lot of folks from China or APAC region did hop in specifically for this drop, and hopefully they nailed it and they're now on board and in love with Veve. Good knowledge that a whale is going to sweep the floor on Goofy next week. New floor will be around 17K. Glad I got mine yesterday. I mean, you never know. We could see that, but never know. Tap streaming larger than Randy? Oh, I don't know about that. Randy is the king of streaming, man. He does like 4 streams a day. I love hopping in Randy's streams because he tells stories and all that. Like, he's just an amazing dude and great to watch. A lot of L's. Third rebound L. Yep, same for me. No buy now button on the 4 or 8 minute or 12 mark for me. Same. So I only had like 2 W's in chat. Yeah, this was a big L for all of us today, man. This app will be the death of me. Yeah, I got Disney Star Wars and Walt Disney, but now I got Disney painting. Drop came at least 5 seconds before 5 p.m. on my phone, though. I reset time. That's odd. No buy now at 12. Same. Will we be still doing this in 20 years? Probably not. My bet is that most likely. Now, Veve and Ecomi are not going to sell out to Disney or Apple in the next year, the next 3 years. I can see them selling probably in the next, I want to say 5 to 7 years. And yes, they would be acquired. I think they would still kind of run business like their own, but be under the umbrella of like Disney or Apple, or probably not Meta. But I don't think I'll be doing this in 20 years. I plan on being very retired. And I don't know if Veve might be a whole different thing in 20 years, right? Like I do think NFTs will be, absolutely mainstream and exist everywhere. Veve might be a whole nother company, right? Like it might evolve completely from collectibles to being its own, I don't know, maybe like OMI becomes its own blockchain. You never know what it could be, but I hope in 20 years, we're still all involved in something together. I think that would be really cool, right? It all started with Veve and now we're here. I got my first win with Taps for the Spider Woman. Love to hear it, Kyle. Nothing but L's since, but I really enjoy going for these drops in this positive space. Future is bright for all of us. Thanks so much. I'm happy to hear that, man. Congrats on again, that Spider Woman and for going the drops together. I love it. iPad Pro 1 millisecond ping. My wife didn't get one either. Will market be higher or lower when it opens? Should I buy right away? I think I'm going to look at the price and determine, is this worth it? I think because some of them are getting delivered fast, that the market could be lower and then people will scoop. There's not a lot of additions on these. And again, a lot of emphasis on the APAC region, a lot of awareness around that right now. So I don't think people should sleep on these, but don't overpay on them also. Like, this is a common, it's $60, 3,888 editions. I mean, we've seen lower editions for, like, I wouldn't spend $300 on this. I would spend 150 on it, I guess. I think it'll be higher than that, but we'll see. Again, a hard one to place, right? Like, I don't think everyone was as jazzed about these, but they're really cool. I mean, again, I'd spend about 150 on one. The jade looks crisp. I agree. As much as I love winning drops, I use the primary drop for more fun, but focus on intention of getting deals on a secondary market. Yeah, secondary market is where you can really just make some big swings. So the first big exchange you think is coming, Taps? I think KuCoin, personally. Congrats. Let's go, Joe. Hit a comment on rebound, sub 1,000 price prediction. Are there 8s in it? Are there 6s in it? Are there 9s in it? Are there any 4s in it? Because again, you want to think about the Chinese lucky numbers and unlucky. So if you have any 4s in it, that's unlucky. I mean, again, if you have like a number 41, I wouldn't care that there's a 4 in it. You have an extremely low mint. But if it's like 944, I don't know about that. If you have, 868, it's lucky and really good. And so I would charge a higher price for it. I'm not sure with Minnie. I think Minnie is one to definitely hold, especially because they're changing the way she looks. So I do think that's one to hold. I have a Minnie. I did keep that from the drop. How did you get Veve on PC? I use an app called AZ Power Mirror or something like that. So that way you can see my screen. Boop. That's how I do the drop together. And so it just connects by mirroring my screen. It's solid most of the time. Sometimes it freezes. Video Recur has some licenses like Veve. Yeah, I actually should probably touch on Recur soon enough. I have a few passes with Recur, and they are doing some cool things, but it's so early with them that they're not a threat to Veve. And I'm not saying like they're not a threat because they're not good. It's just there's nothing developed yet. Like if you read that article, it's like, we might do this from the CEO. This will be coming. Think about this experience that we will eventually do. Recur is cool. I think they're going to do some really cool stuff. But again, they have to build it all out. It's going to take time. And so in that time, by the time we do see collectibles from Nickelodeon, like SpongeBob and all that with Recur, we're going to be probably at 5 million NFT. We're at 4 million now. So we'll probably be at 5, maybe 6 million NFTs. We already have such a large head start that there's a lot of catching up to do for other competitors. And it's such a nascent space that it's like they're not going to compete. They're just going to bring more in. So people are going to find Recur, and then they'll find Veve. And hey, we win. People are going to find, or people who are in Veve are going to find Recur. Recur wins, right? People are going to find Quid. They find Veve. People are going to find TerraVerse Collect. They find Veve, and vice versa, right? So it's still a baby space that there's no real competition unless, let's say, all of us content creators and the influencers on Twitter and all that are like, I'm tired of Veve. Like, there's too much crap with flagged accounts. I'm out. If you lose like an Andre Jick, if you lose like a NFT Pirates, someone like that, some will follow, and like that can hurt the community. And it won't hurt it, it won't kill it, but that's why I think they really need to focus on their customer service and kind of get ahead of that, because you don't want to lose some of the bigger voices. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about like NFT Pirates, and not he's complaining, but the larger people like Blockchain Rick James, who runs Twitter Spaces every single day and talks about Veve strategy and all that. He's awesome, and his account is flagged and banned, and so they need to get something worked out to help these accounts. And like I think that's where you can see some other people leave and go to a rival project like Recur or Terra Virtual Collect or something like that, because doing drops are fun. Collecting is fun. There's other competitors out there where you can do it, but Veve just happens to be the 800-pound gorilla that's crushing everyone. I'm new to Veve. I am not sure when I should refresh my store. When I wait for the drop, usually I go in about 10 seconds before the drop. So I usually just stay on screen. Like, you can hop out and hop back in. Like I usually go, like I'm on screen for like 30 minutes. So I'll like maybe 10 minutes before hopping back out, but careful. You want to make sure that your timer is still in sync. That actually screwed me once. Are you going to Randy's 10-cent party? I said I wasn't. I want to, only because I have so much traveling already going on. Like I'm going to Oregon tomorrow. I'm going to Mexico in 2 weeks. I might be going to England or UK, sorry, in May, June, sometime around there. I'm doing a bunch of traveling, so I would like to. I think it's already sold out though, but we'll see. Maybe I'll see if he can like squeeze me in. Maybe I'll surprise some people. I don't know. Taps, great video the other day with, thank you, with Randy Chavez, Cavell, and Uncle Jeremy. Math has never sounded so exciting. I know, right? He dropped so much incredible math. Great stream. What's up? We got Chad in the house. What's going on, fam? Thanks so much for having me on your channel, man. If you guys haven't seen the interview, it was with me and NFT Pirates. He dropped on his channel. Go sub to Chad, NFT Pirates. He's amazing. Yep. I wish I landed too, man. We all lost today. It was a big L across the board. How about that Falcon FA comic price? Seems very underpriced. 19 gems. I actually forgot to grab that comic, so I need to. Thank you. I like Minnie. Think people will view her similar to Steamboat. She doesn't say FA, but it is her FA on the app. I agree. That's why, I think Donald is definitely like a good one to have. I don't have him yet. I should probably snag him. I do have Minnie and I do have Daisy. And the reason why I grabbed Daisy is because I grabbed her at like $440 or $460, something like that, under 500. And she's a rare. She's not high in cost because everyone went after like Donald and Pluto and Goofy. And I thought about, okay, like she's still one of the top 6 of these Disney characters, Mickey and Friends. And so people are sleeping on her because she's probably the like least favorite out of all of them. So I grabbed her and I already had Minnie. I did have Goofy. I sold him too cheap. But I needed the gems for other moves. So I do think I don't know if Goofy is worth. I think so. If whales want to make Goofy shoot up, they will. So maybe, but that's expensive. Like 3.8K for a venticular card of Goofy. With $3,800, I would rather buy the 2099 Marvel Mighty and complete the set, right? Like, because $3,800, you might not be able to complete the set. You would need what, 2,200 for 2099. You would need 800 or so for Green Goblin. You can come close. I mean, you can probably grab 5 of them. That's just and again, like I get it, it's Disney, right? Like it depends on what the whales do. Like the whales are just gonna make things move, whether it's awesome or not. Like, and I do think they're cool, but a poster essentially that changes to a room and has music, I like the collectibles more. But that's just me. Like I might be biased on this, but I do think it's worth holding long term. I flipped mine because I wanted to complete other things. But again, if you have one, I'd sit on. I don't know if it's worth it. I do think the price will go up long term. So yeah, I mean, with $3,800 though, you could buy a lot of other cool stuff, right? You could buy some golden moments. Like, I don't know. But yeah, we've been going for a while, fam. I appreciate you guys hopping in here. Please hit that like button. I love doing these drops with you. Even though we got a bunch of L's today, do not give up on VV Collectibles. We are at the 30 minutes, so the market will be opening now. Join me later today because I will be actually streaming with Brock McBlockchain. So you've seen him on my streams before, and he's been in Ecomi and Veve for a long, long time. He is very much an OMI whale. He's a Veve whale, and he's going to be dropping some knowledge because I think right now we need strategy, right? We're seeing a lot of new users. We're seeing a lot more competitiveness. We're seeing a lot of frustrations in the community. So I think having someone who's been in the community, probably sub 1,000, probably sub 500 users who can drop some knowledge on strategy, on what he's been doing, and kind of answer some questions will be great. So join me later today in the next, I think, 2.5 hours at 11 a.m. PT. We'll be hopping on to do an AMA or an interview with Brock McBlockchain. So join me, and Oh man, the first super chat of the stream. Thank you so much, Aldous. I appreciate you for that $2 super chat. Thanks for the great content. Much love to all. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that. But yes, everyone. So join me back later. Love doing these drops with you. Don't worry if you missed today. You'll hit the next one, hopefully. We'll do, I'm not going to be able to stream the next few because I will be in Oregon, but I will be joining you in spirit. So cheers, everyone. I will see you in the secondary market, and everyone have a wonderful day.